Hey guys, we're moving on to our next unit for this week, which is talking about reflections. So we're going to read this book called Raccoon on His Own by Jim Arnosky. Now, Jim Arnosky is the author, and remember, the author is the person who writes the words, and the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. Sometimes that person can be the same person. So let's see what happens in this story. In the dark swamp, a new day dawned like a sleepy eye, opening slowly. A small wooden boat floated, nudged against some mud. So it said this is a big swampy area. It's got lots of trees with leaves and vines hanging down. And the wooden boat, I see some birds, and the mud is in here, and there's a snake. The mud was soft and sandy. A mother raccoon with her young came to dig and search for food. So there's the mother, and I think there's 1, 2, 3 little babies with her. I wonder what kind of food they eat. I wonder what food lives in the mud. I wonder if it's a snake. Mother found a crunchy crawfish. 2 of the young raccoons dug for crawfish near the boat. The third young raccoon was not hungry. He wanted to climb. So here's the mom, and here's the crawfish. They kind of look like little shrimp, and so they're eating, and he's like, I don't really want to eat, I want to climb. So he climbs in the boat, and I wonder what's going to happen when he gets into that boat. I wonder if it's going to stay there, or if it's going to get nudged out of the mud. The hungry raccoons quickly dug up all the mud around the boat. So with no sticky mud to hold it, the boat began to float away. So because they were digging where that boat was nudged, the boat came unstuck from the mud and it started floating away, but look who's still in there. I wonder if it's going to go very far, if they'll be able to hop on. The raccoon in the boat looked up. A chill ran down his spine. He was drifting in the boat, alone. He was on his own for the very first time. Afraid to jump into the dark water, he stared back at the mud bank. The boat silently carried him downstream. So he looks a little scared to me. His eyes he doesn't look like he's very happy. He looks nervous. And when a chill runs down your spine, it means you're afraid or scared of something usually. And he's realizing, I'm all alone in this boat. My family's not here, and I don't know how to get back to them. The raccoon reached up to grab a sturdy branch and climb out of the moving boat, but the branch was too high. And a sturdy branch is just another big word for a strong branch, a branch that can support him so he could climb onto it, but it was too high and he couldn't reach. The boat glided under another branch. This branch was low enough to climb, but the raccoon saw the shape of a long snake draped across the branch, and he ducked down. Yeah, I think I would duck down too if I saw a big snake in a tree. I don't think I'd want to grab that branch. He crawled to the other end of the boat. Downstream, he saw shadowy shapes of plants and trees sticking up out of the water. The raccoon looked down into the dark stream and saw a raccoon looking back. His reflection kept him company as the boat moved along through air so still, on water so smooth. So the water is smooth, it's not wavy, and he's looking down and he sees his reflection. Just like when you look in a mirror or into a lake or something like that, you might see your reflection looking back at you. But I wonder if he thinks does he know it's him, or does he think it's his reflection? And look, I see the mom and the babies in the background. There's the mom and the baby, so they're keeping an eye on him. They see where he's going. As the boat passed through a bunch of water lilies, something huge made a great splash. Let's look at the mom and the baby's faces. They look really worried, and there's a great big splash, and I wonder, I think that looks like a crocodile or an alligator. I hope he doesn't tip the boat over. It was a great big alligator that had been hiding under the lily pads. See, there's the lily pads, and he was hiding under there. He looks scared. Look, his ears are down and his eyes look worried. Sweet, 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 came a sound from above. The raccoon looked up and saw 5 young warblers. Sweet, 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 the birds called down. The raccoon chirred back. So he sees warblers are just the type of bird in this picture. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he sees them back and he makes a little chirring sound. And that's the sound that raccoons make. 3 tiny turtles swam up to the boat. The raccoon reached into the water to touch one turtle's shell, and all 3 scattered away. So there's 1, 2, 3 turtles, and he's trying to reach down and just touch it, but he scared them away. I've tried to touch turtles too one time, and they swam away because they're scared of us. A mother merganser paddled by, leading her 9 little ducklings. The raccoon watched the ducklings, swimming close to their mother. Now remember, he thinks he's all alone in this boat. He doesn't realize his mom and his siblings are in the trees following him. He just thinks he's all by himself, and he's just trying to find anyone. And he's looking at these little ducks with their mom, and he's getting sad. Suddenly, the boat bumped into another mud bank and stopped. The raccoon saw his family coming to meet him, and he ran to his mother. So it got stopped on another mud bank, so that's how it stopped. And he saw his family, and he ran towards them. And just like that, they were all together again downstream. So he had quite the adventure. He got to go all through the swamp on his boat, and he saw his reflection. So I will see you guys later.